Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting my channel. My day ones, my all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Everybody that's in the comment section, thank you. So let's get to it, y'all. Today, I want to talk about rainwater and what he stood to gain from all of this. Okay? I have been being pretty quiet on him because there wasn't much to talk about. But as time is moving on, I'm starting to see that something don't add up. Something is not adding up. I was watching Say No to Skull, and I was just looking at all of his video lineup, and as you can see, you can tell that there is something very obvious, and that is that Rainwater and Say No to Skull is working together. He's giving him lots of information on a lot of things, and I do believe it's to send the audience attention somewhere else, and they're adding on to the roster, as you could put it. When I saw Mr. Lucci on there on Say No to Skull, that did it for me. Rainwater knew that I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go back to when Josie was saying that she wanted Rainwater to clear her, and I couldn't figure out how. How is he going to clear you, my dear? You can only clear yourself, or the police can clear you. Well, you can't clear yourself, but the police can clear you. And she was saying the FBI was clearing her. Now, like I said before, if the FBI already cleared Josie, why would she need Rainwater? And I'm starting to see a pattern, y'all. I am starting to see a serious pattern with Rainwater and certain people in Dallas trying to clear, their self from this whole situation and sweep it under the rug pretty much and act like, the problem is gone, like Mo3 was the problem. I sit there and I watched the interview that, he did, Rainwater, and, when Say No to Skull, he was like, they was talking about Mo3 keeping up with the blogs and reading the comment sections and this and that because he wanted to know what was going on out here. So Rainwater kind of quickly wanted to get off that subject. He acted like he wanted to get straight off of that subject. Then another thing that kind of made me think, and that was the movie thing. He said that he wished that they hadn't came back. He wouldn't have got on that plane. He didn't even want to do it. Is this guilt? Is this guilt? This man was out of town, away from there. And you was the reason that he came back. That day, that time, and he was the reason. Now, he said that he called Mo3 that morning. And he said that he told Mo3 that he had to go do the movie. Now, somebody had left in my comment section that the movie wasn't even in Dallas. That's what somebody said to me. The movie ain't in Dallas. Which, that's a red flag to me. Y'all came back to Dallas to do the movie, but the movie wasn't being shot in Dallas. But to my understanding, I thought they were going to meet downtown so that they can go to, start the movie. You know, that was my understanding. But someone said that the movie wasn't even going to be shot there. Word on the street is Rainwater contacted these people, you know, because he needed to cover what he said about Mo3 had to go do a movie. This is what I'm hearing. That he asked them to say that Mo3 was going to be in this movie. So they did it. And a few days ago, Mr. Lucci pops up on guess who? Just Ain't No the Skulls, channel, just so he can talk a little bit about Mo3. And he made sure that he touched on the basics of the movie. That Mo3 had probably forgot all about the movie and all of this. So they trying to make excuses now or cover their tracks to bring up this movie thing. Now I went and looked up the movie. And I don't know if you all saw this movie or not, but this movie looked like one of those low budget movies. Like Master P used to do back in the days. But they made it seem like, to us, when I first found out about it, they made it seem like it was going to be like some big movie, and that he was going to be in, and it was going to be something that was going to put him on. This man, Juan Salas, the one that's supposed to be the director of the movie, he is a horrible director. He directed a couple more movies that I looked up. One of them was Alp. Came out in 2016 and it was horrible. Then it was another one, The Wolf Catcher, that came out in 2018, which was just as horrible as the other one. So I do believe that they were contacted by Rainwater because he had mentioned the movie thing, and as to why he was on the phone with him that morning. And I do believe that he had to cover his tracks, so he had to get them to agree to that he was doing a movie, doing a movie. Because y'all know how Mo3 was. I'm sure Dallas, shout out to Dallas, since this is what's going on, where they are. Y'all know Mo3 did not mind telling everything. He even, when he did the movie, signed his first contract. Somebody said it was a 360 deal in 2017. I noticed that popped up. And they were showing that he went live when he was signing his deal. So you all know that Mo3 liked to tell everything that's going on in his life. So if there was a movie deal that was something, that was worth bragging about, you already know Mo3 would have been telling everybody. So that, seems like that could be true. Since there's nothing with Mo3 bragging about a movie deal. Nothing on it with him bragging about it. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to put down Dallas in any kind of way like that. But I am going to put down this movie, Triple D or something. The movie, to me, was, like I said, a cheap movie that somebody put together trying to be a director. And So I understand why he wasn't bragging on that, because it might not have even been true in the first place. Then people were saying, yeah, the movie deal was true. The movie deal. If you all didn't hear about this movie before Mo3 died, and all of a sudden, as soon as Rainwater bring up a movie deal, you all of a sudden hear about it from him. And then now, a few days ago, somebody that pops up, and they start doing an interview on the person's channel that is allegedly tied to Rainwater. You know, something ain't right about that, y'all. Then Rainwater, he said something else in this interview. He said that Mo3 felt like it would be selfish for him to leave Dallas, okay? When, you know, all of this stuff was going on with him. He said it would be selfish for him to go. Now, I heard somewhere else on the street that Mo3 was talking about, he was about to move out of Dallas. Make it make sense, y'all, because things are really starting to crumble a little bit with Rainwater. And I look back when he tried to contact me. Well, he didn't try. He tried to contact me. He did. And he wanted to do a video chat with me. Now, if you wanted to call me or send me a message and give me a number for me to call you, or you call me, then I see that. But for you to contact me and want me to accept a message from you, and then the message is a live video chat, and I have no idea what it is you want. Why do you want me on a live? I kind of questioned it, but I didn't say anything because this happened like January, I don't know, 17, 18, something like that. And I got a call from Rainwater, and I didn't answer the call because I'm not, if somebody called me, fine, but I'm not trying to video chat. I'm not into all of that. I'm not into the phone like that much. I don't even like really talking on the phone that much. But I get this offer to video chat, and I didn't answer. So then I sent him back a message, and I said, sorry for your loss. And after I said that, I didn't get anything back after that. So here is, just so you know, this is the light. I'm trying to, it's hard to get. I'm not as good as other people. Okay, there it is. So this is the message that I got from Rainwater. And I'm starting to think now, like, did he send me this message because they want to change the narrative of what happened to Mo3? And I was doing, you know, a lot of videos talking about it and everything. So I'm wondering now, was this why I was, you know, contacted? And since, you know, he didn't get anywhere with me, is this why he went pushing forward with Say No to Skull? So I am not, even though people may think, oh, she's a cloud chaser, I am not a cloud chaser, because if that was the case, I would have been all over Rainwater when he called me. But no, I want to get to the bottom of things. So that's what I want to do. I am tired of people dying, like Mo3, and they sweeping it under the rug, and nobody's being held accountable for it. And now that I'm really looking into this stuff, I see why everything is brushed under the rug. It's so many people that's involved. It's so much, and it's so much money involved. You know, it seemed like Rainwater came up after Mo3 died. You know, he came up. He's not, like I said, he's not like another like, you know, King Von's manager. King Von didn't have a record label that him and his artist was, you know, manager of or owners of. It was a whole different ball game. That's why King Von manager had to pay for the funeral. Okay? That's why he had to, you know, give back refunds and all of this stuff. He had to do all of that. But guess who was the, you know, the label that he was signed to? Empire. Now, why, for the love of me, why every time people sign with Empire, he wants them to be quiet about it? They can't be happy about it. They have to be quiet about it. But Mo3 wasn't the type of person to be quiet about something when he happy about it. That's why he told anyway. There was a video went out that he had signed a deal. But the deal in his case was a deal not of himself that he thought. It was a deal of HSM. So he signed HSM to Empire. But to me, he signed to Empire. Because if you go to Google and look up Mo3, if you go to Google and look up Mo3 record label, I'm going to tell you what it says. Just type in Mo3 record label at Google. And it says the labels that he was with is HSM Music and Empire/Empire. Then it says Bad As Music Syndicate, which is Boosie's record label. Okay, so Mo3 was signed to this label. HSM Music/Empire. So that's 3 people now that's involved that's gonna be making money off of Mo3 since he died. So you got Boosie gonna make money off of Mo3. HSM label is gonna make money off Mo3. And Empire is gonna make money off Mo3. And then at the bottom it has HSM Music. Now, due to the fact no one else is on there, that means one of these labels right here, that's right before us, that I just mentioned, Mo3 is signed to. The reason why I say this, there's no other label on there. So he signed to something, one of these, his music. So most likely it's HSM Music because that's his label. So you're going to put your own music on your label. Now, as far as Rainwater, when Mo3 died, due to the fact that he was the manager, his contract would have been voided with Mo3, even if he had one, which I think he did. They ain't doing nothing without no paperwork, so y'all can just can that, okay? But they let y'all think what y'all want, just like they want y'all to think that these rappers are independent when they really not independent. How are you independent when you run around telling everybody I'm independent, but when you die, Empire pops up on your paperwork? It's something to that. It's something to the point that they did not want Mo3 to even tell that he was signed with them. Okay? Or he even did the deal with HSM with Empire. It's a reason they don't want people to know that they're attached to certain people. And what I see that when you sign somebody and then you don't want people to know that they're signed with you, I see that as a death trap. And it's simple as that. Something ends up happening to that person, then that person ends up being on somebody's record label after they died. But before then, they was independent. Really? Okay. So, like I was saying about Rainwater, due to the fact that Rainwater and Mo3 had just got this record label going, and he's part owner with Mo3, then that attached automatically Rainwater to Empire. Because when Mo3 went to do the deal with Empire, the deal was about HSM. So that made HSM, Mo3, and Empire partners. That's what they did, y'all. Now, due to the fact that Mo3 is out the picture now, Rainwater steps in that seat next to the guy from Empire. Do y'all see how everybody wins to them out of this? Rainwater gets pumped up that he's, got artists going to Empire when he's already part owner of HSM. If you're already part owner of HSM, which is Empire is, why do he need 7? Like the other day somebody said 7 signed a deal. Why do he need 7 to sign a separate deal? If he owned part of HSM already, he owned part of number 7. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think this deal was. This the beneficiary deal. That's what I'm gonna call it, like it is. The deal that number 7 just signed with Empire was the beneficiary deal, y'all. Something happened to them, they get paid. Simple as that. They already pretty much own part of his music when they signed that deal with Mo3. They just didn't have his signature. They didn't have number 7's signature that they can put on the paperwork that says, if something happened to you, we are your beneficiaries to this insurance policy. These guys are seeing this money and they getting excited. And where normally a manager gets cut off, Rainwater ended up, coming out on top because of HSM. Empire is very smooth, y'all. They comes in, they gets rid of an artist, and allegedly, and they racks up big time. And their friends is joking about it, saying that, oh, y'all got a big payoff with that death. This is what's going on. And it seemed like Rainwater is trying to cover his tracks. So maybe that's why Josie thought that he could cover hers. And then I was like, how could he clear her? She wanted him to clear her in the streets, I do believe. Because it's no way that they wasn't going to bring the song out that, Josie, that he was allegedly, Mo3 was talking about her in the song. That's what they were saying. So I was like, maybe that's what she wanted him to clear her on. But it has to be more to it than that. I'm sure she's not the type of person that can just walk the streets how she wants to now, unless she's just in her neighborhood where the guys is that she deal with. But I don't see how she walking around now when she the one that told everything. Her man, allegedly. Because word on the street, her man is in the jail talking. So, Lord, y'all, the saga continues. But was that what she wanted him to do? Clear her in the streets, on the other side of the people that's really love Mo3 and the people that's upset about this whole thing and him getting killed like that. Was that what she wanted Rainwater to do? To try to clear her name that she didn't do anything so that she can walk the streets freely in Dallas? Because a lot of stuff ain't adding up, y'all. And I mean it's not adding up. And it's over. It's more than the little beefs in the neighborhood. It's more than, that. Of course, that played a part because a lot of people didn't like him, but at the same time that a lot of people didn't like him, some just don't seem right. In the interview too, I noticed that Rainwater was saying that Mo3 didn't get along with people. He didn't like people or whatever. And it seemed like so many people loved it, Mo3. So some of the stuff he was saying did not add up. He was saying that Mo3 people was sneaking and listening to Mo3 music. Now y'all know how good Mo3 music sound. If you gonna bump some music, you gonna bump it. But he was saying like people hated Mo3 so much in the streets. And for nothing, y'all. For nothing that I saw. If they wasn't doing the stuff that they were doing, he wouldn't have been singing about it and on lives talking about it. But if they was doing this, they was doing it. It's nothing that you can sugarcoat. If they were trying to stop his money at the clubs or whatever, events, he came on in and talked about it. That the stupid stuff that they were doing to him. He talked about it. That's why I said it's a lot of things don't add up with this Rainwater thing. It really isn't. Another thing that sticks out about Mo3, not Mo3, Rainwater. He said that him and Roy Lee was really, really close, just like him and Mo3. He said that he talked to Rainwater every single day. I mean, Rainwater said he talked to him every day. Come on, y'all. I'm tired from reading. He said that Rainwater says that he talked to Roy Lee every day. He said he talked to Mo3 every day, too. And it's funny how both of them got shot pretty much out in their car, or right outside the car. For somebody to know that talk to you all the time like that, they do know everything about you. They know everywhere you're going, everywhere you've been, everything. It's just little things that's just not adding up with him. And if he wanted to get something out to tell me or wanted to have a serious talk about what's really going on, then he would have left a message or we would have talked. But who better to push your agenda like you want it to be pushed than Say No to Skull? And then I get a message from Say No to Skull telling me don't believe what the blogs is saying, but then when I go to your page and I'm seeing the pattern of now he's trying to cover the fact that he told Mo3 that it was a movie, that he had to be ready for the movie and be at a certain place. And now he's trying to cover that by adding this movie. This low budget, low rating movie. This is what he wants to push off onto us to believe that this is what Mo3 was rushing back to the city for. Really? Mo3 was running back to make a movie that from a director that's horrible? Say No to Skull got this guy on his show. He's supposed to be an actor. If you look up his name and you look up net worth, it's nothing coming up. So he's not even an actor that somebody, that everybody knows about. I'll put it that way. There's nothing coming up on it. So could this be true that the people in the neighborhood is saying word on the street? Rather, Not the neighborhood, but some words on the street somewhere. They're saying that this was to, he had to talk to somebody. Come on, I mentioned the movie, so I gotta say that we was going to a movie set somewhere. And what better person to go to than somebody in Dallas that did a Dallas movie? You see how the ties, all of this is starting to just fall into place. Now, if this is the case, then that means you lied to us. That's what Mo3 came back for the movie. It had to be at the movie deal thing. A movie that's not even. I'm just saying. You trying to make us believe now that everybody in Dallas didn't like him. You trying to make us believe that guys in Dallas, they had to sneak and listen to Mo3 music because they didn't want nobody to know that they was listening to Mo3 music. If that's the case, why would some Dallas movie directors want Mo3 to be in a movie if everybody hated him that much? Why would they pick him? He's not an actor. He's a rapper, singer. So if everybody hated him and was scared to let somebody, oh, I'm going to sneak and listen to everybody because I like this song, but I don't want nobody to hear me know I'm listening to it. Really? Didn't Mr. Lucci say that they know everything that's going on in the streets? They know everybody. He the man in Dallas. Didn't Mr. Lucci say that? Mr. E now. So they didn't get the memo that don't nobody like Mo3 in the street. So why did they want him to be in a movie? So I am believing that that was a favor call so they can try to cover up that lie that Rainwater just said. And since Rainwater is trying to do damage control about the lie he told about the movie that Mo3 was rushing to, if Mo3 was rushing to go to the movie, he would have been up. Well, he said he was up before him, didn't he? But he said he had to remind him of the movie. He didn't know. He also said that Mo3 was starting to act weird, staring off into the air, to the space. That's what he said. Mo3 was staring off into space. Mo3 was doing a lot of things before he died, didn't he, y'all? He was going to psychics. He was staring off in space. Did he know, y'all? Did he know that his closest friends were setting him up? It's funny how, like I said, Mo3 come up dead. He's close to Rainwater. They talk every day. Roy Lee come up dead. He's close to Rainwater. They talk every day. Is he that missing link, y'all? Is he the missing link? That actually tell them the spot, the exact whereabouts. Is he? He was important enough for the police to talk to, because word on the street was he talked to the police. They questioned him too, because somebody told me he told them everything he knows. So he was suspect enough for them to talk to. Is there more to it? You're going out your way to change the narrative on social media. You are going out your way to change the narrative on what people is really talking about. Why? Why do you want people to think that the beef is over because Mo 3 dead? Now everybody want to get along. Why they couldn't get along before? Another thing that I'm hearing about Rainwater is, and it's all starting to fall into place now. He's running around liking everything that the ops is doing. He's going on their social media. People that Mo 3 was into it with, people that wanted him dead, people that did not like Mo 3 for no earthly reason. They was jealous of him. You act like Mo 3 was your boy. But now his enemies, you're liking things that they're doing. You doing the same thing Josie doing. And her family, they liking everything that the ops is doing and saying. Now you're doing it. And then word on the street is he dropped charges on Yellow Beezy. Why would Rainwater drop charges on Yellow Beezy? Was this Empire deal his dream? What was this his deal to get rid of Mo 3 and step in that position to deal with Ghazi himself? He has artists that's coming his way left and right because he was the manager of Mo 3 and he worked hard for him. But was this his way to be on top? Hmm? What did he get out of the deal of Ghazi signing with Mo 3, that HSM deal? What did Rainwater get out of it? He got new artists popping on the scenes where all their money lined up, counting them. They're trying to portray that he's bringing artists now to Empire from HSM when they were already here. They already got a stake in it. But why are they trying to portray Rainwater? Is this how Ghazi works? He uses people. He always got a middle person so they can take the fall when he's really behind things. Ask yourself that question. Some don't seem right with Rainwater, y'all. It really don't. I really do believe they all had a part in this. I really do. And then some new information came out about Mo 3. Somebody said, a coroner or somebody said that he wasn't shot in the back of the head. He was shot in the chest and in the hands. I really would like to see that coroner report to see which way the bullets came in and went out. Because they're going to say a lot, y'all. If he was running away with somebody, from somebody that had 762 shells in it, I think that's the number. If they had those size shells in their gun and they was chasing him, and then they're saying also that an innocent bystander started shooting. Now, when I first heard about the innocent bystander, somebody told me that the innocent bystander was shooting at the shooter and that the shooter retreated. Then somebody said another story. Somebody said that the innocent bystander could have been the one that shot Mo 3. If he was running toward traffic and somebody was right there where he was running toward, if they shot him and the bullets went in his chest and came out his back or whatever, how it go, not in his back and come out the chest, then that means somebody else shot Mo 3, not the shooter that was running behind him. That's what that means, y'all. That somebody else could have been the one that shot Mo 3. It was so many people out there that wanted him dead that day. It was mandatory that he die that day. No ifs, ands, buts about it. They was going to make sure it got done. So it's more than that the shooter with the gun on the expressway. It was more people out there that was ready in case he came their way. I told you, any one of those guys in those cars could have did it. What to find out now is the people that was in each car. And they all should be charged because they all was a part of it. Whichever way that he was coming, they was gonna get him. This wasn't a regular hit. This was a serious hit. Now, let's just say, for the sake of the first person that told me that Mo 3 was running on the expressway. And this person said that an innocent bystander started shooting. Now, first of all, why would an innocent bystander start shooting? That's number one. Unless the shooter shot that toward them, or there was a cop or something like that. Then I would say, okay, that would be why that they would start shooting. But if somebody's shooting at somebody else, normal people don't jump into that. Won't nobody just jump into that unless they are police or something like that, or you know the person and you trying to save that person, then you shooting at them. But they said an innocent bystander started shooting, and they said that the shooter retreated. Now, if this is true, this further tells me that somebody knew, and that shooter knew, that Mo 3 didn't have a weapon that was fully functional for the shoot back at him. Because if somebody else shot at the shooter and he retreated, why did he run up on Mo 3 like that? So that means that he ain't finna have no gunfight with you. If somebody else shot and he stopped shooting. So that further tells me he would have known that Mo 3 couldn't do anything to him. That it was definitely a setup. That his stuff was empty. Now, like I said, why would an innocent bystander just start shooting? So I would like to see the paperwork on that as well. Who was this person that was shooting? Did they get their name? Did the person that was shooting jump in their car and leave? Or did witnesses just say this person did it and they didn't get any statement from him? Like, I want to know who that person was. Why aren't they releasing more information if they really want to catch this person who did it? We got a blurry picture. We getting all kind of information about rainwater going to cameras, all kind of stuff. We getting all these little snippets of information. But in reality, nobody's really locked up for Mo 3. They're locked up for other charges, but not for the murder of Mo 3. This is what they're saying. I'm not sure because people lie so much you don't know. If you look at the news reports, it says that somebody is locked up for Mo 3, but other people are saying that they're not in there for Mo 3. But you also getting this from liars, so you don't know. But Rainwater wants us to think everything is back to normal. Everything is okay. The beef is dead and over with. That's what he said. And when he said it, if y'all think I'm lying, go to Just Say No to Skull. And let me see what's the name of this video. Go to Just Say No to Skull and go to Mo 3 manager Rainwater clears up all the questions about Mo 3 death and past beef in Dallas. As soon as he says, as soon as he makes the statement that the beef is dead and over, he smiled. What is so funny? Your boy, you claim, is gone. Roy Lee, your boy, He's gone. That you say it was your boy. People are saying you are dropping charges. You buddying up, buddy with the ops now. Well, Mo 3 ops, brother. You done got your hand in the cookie jar that everybody wants to be a part of Empire. And don't ask me why. Because people are coming up dead on Empire's record label. They are coming up dead. I don't care if you do a distribution deal. I don't care if you're doing a full label deal, being a partnership. They are coming up dead. And this man has lots of recruiters. Is Rainwater the next recruiter for Empire? Is everybody finna be flocking to him that can rap so that he can bring them to Empire and sign them? And you already know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave some links like I did in the last video. I'm gonna leave some more links so you all can go back and look at what Rainwater just signed, just brought to the table. He brought all of the H&M. I get it, y'all. He done brought all of them to the table now. And I'm wondering how long is it gonna take before Empire puts up all the Mo 3 like t-shirts and all of that stuff, probably already in there in his store, like he did King Von, making money hand over fist now. And I sit back and I watch that video of Mo 3 talking about his kids is gonna be able to touch some money and this and that. I highly doubt it, y'all. I swear I do. Mo 3 kids ain't gonna get anything unless they family set it up. Empire is good at what they do, and that's just lying to people, telling them we got you. We gonna see to you for life. But if you can't see to somebody's loved one and they just died and you can't even pay for the funeral, do you really think Empire gonna be there? Do you really? Anyway, I'm gonna close this video out because it's so long. But I don't know about Rainwater, y'all. I really don't. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching.